66 million years ago, an asteroid the size of a mountain slammed into the Gulf of Mexico, triggering earthquakes, tsunamis, and years of darkness that wiped out 3/4 of all species on Earth, including every dinosaur. But not everything died. 7 creatures alive right now were already ancient when dinosaurs walked the Earth. Number 4 has barely changed in 250 million years, and number 1 survived not one, but every mass extinction in Earth's history. Let's start with an animal you've probably seen washed up on a beach: the horseshoe crab. Horseshoe crabs have crawled along ocean floors for roughly 450 million years, almost 200 million years before the first dinosaurs appeared. They were already ancient when Tyrannosaurus rex was cutting-edge evolution. And here is the strange part: they are not actually crabs. They are more closely related to spiders and scorpions. Their blue-tinted blood, colored by copper instead of iron, is so unique that it is used today to test for bacterial contamination in vaccines. Their body plan, the domed shell and the long tail spike, has remained unchanged since before the dinosaurs existed. While continents rearranged and mammals evolved into whales and humans, the horseshoe crab looked at the blueprint and seemed to say, "This is good enough." This next survivor has a dramatic backstory. For decades, scientists were certain it was extinct. The coelacanth first appears in the fossil record around 400 million years ago. For most of the 20th century, it was taught as a creature that died out alongside the dinosaurs, 66 million years ago. Then, in 1938, a museum curator in South Africa was sorting through a fishing trawler's catch and found something that matched no modern field guide. It was a coelacanth, alive, pulled from the ocean as if it never got the memo about its own extinction. Living populations have since been found off South Africa and Indonesia. They grow up to 6 feet long and move their fins in a strange rotating pattern, almost like walking through water. Some researchers think this might be a clue to how the first land animals evolved limbs. The coelacanth did not just survive the extinction that killed the dinosaurs. It survived being declared extinct by science itself. If you've ever seen a perfect spiral shell, you were probably looking at a nautilus, or its shell. Nautiluses are cephalopods, related to squid and octopuses, with a lineage going back roughly 500 million years, older than horseshoe crabs, older than land plants, older than fish with bones. What's remarkable is how little the design has changed. The chambered shell, the short tentacles, and the jet propulsion have all stayed essentially the same through multiple mass extinctions, including the one that wiped out the dinosaurs. Nautiluses live deep in the ocean, rising at night to feed. They're called living fossils because their shells look nearly identical to fossilized ammonite relatives that died out millions of years ago. Except the nautilus is still here, still building that same spiral. We're halfway through, and every animal so far has been older than the dinosaurs themselves. But the next one isn't even an animal. It's a tree. And until 1994, science had no idea it still existed. In 1994, a park ranger exploring a remote canyon west of Sydney, Australia, came across trees he didn't recognize. One of the most significant botanical finds of the century. The Wollemi pine, known from fossils dating back around 90 million years to the time of the T-Rex, was believed extinct. But there it was, a hidden grove of fewer than 100 mature trees, protected by the terrain from fires and changing climates for tens of millions of years. The location is kept secret to this day. While an asteroid was reshaping the planet, This tree's ancestors were already growing in one canyon, unnoticed, for 90 million years, until 3 decades ago. The Greenland shark's survival story works on a different time scale, and it's just as mind-bending. Greenland sharks live in the cold depths of the North Atlantic and Arctic. They grow about half an inch per year and do not reach maturity until roughly 150 years old. In 2016, researchers radiocarbon dated the eye lenses of Greenland sharks and estimated some individuals could be 300 to 500 years old. One large female was estimated at around 392 years old. That means sharks alive right now were swimming before the United States existed, before the light bulb, before photography. While this species does not trace directly to the dinosaur era, individual sharks represent something just as strange. Living memory, spanning centuries of human history, moving slowly through freezing water the entire time. Our 6th survivor lives only in New Zealand and looks like a lizard. It is not. The tuatara is the last surviving member of an entire order of reptiles that was widespread during the age of dinosaurs, roughly 200 million years ago. Every other member of that group died out. The tuatara is the only one left, an entire branch of the reptile family tree represented by a single species. It has a unique jaw with a double row of upper teeth and a light-sensitive third eye on top of its skull. Most active in young tuataras before being covered by scales. Scientists still aren't sure what it's for. Tuataras can live well over 100 years and don't reach maturity until their 20s. New Zealand's tens of millions of years of isolation is likely why this lineage survived when its relatives elsewhere did not. Our final survivor wasn't known to science until 2003, despite a lineage roughly 150 million years old. The purple frog lives underground in India's Western Ghats Mountains, surfacing for about 2 weeks a year to breed. It has a bloated purple body and a pointed snout, spending its life burrowed underground, feeding on termites with a specialized tongue. Genetic studies show its lineage split from relatives in the Seychelles Islands 100 to 150 million years ago, when India and the Seychelles were still connected as part of an ancient continent. As that continent broke apart over tens of millions of years, this frog's ancestors stayed put, adapted to life underground, and kept existing while the world above transformed completely. It took until 2003 for science to even document it, a 150 million year old lineage hiding in plain sight for the entire span of recorded human history. 7 survivors and 1 tree were already old when dinosaurs ruled the earth, and they are still here today. Some have barely changed at all. Some were rediscovered after being written off as extinct. One was hiding in a single canyon. Another was hiding underground until barely 20 years ago. So how many other living fossils are out there right now, unnoticed, going about their ancient business while we walk right past them? If you know of a creature that should have made this list, drop it in the comments. Your suggestions genuinely shape what we cover next. Like and subscribe for more coming soon.